TunePocket.com.
Falcon fans, Falcon Nation, it's your boys Chase and Phillip from Dirty Fanatics United, tuning back in with you for episode number 30, coming at you live from Baxley, Georgia. Phillip, how we doing, brother? How we been?
Been very good. Been a blessed week, Good, long, weird 2 days. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought today was Saturday, but
Oh yeah, it's
how it going. Kind of confusing.
the long break from work's definitely different. Enjoying every second of it. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in with us, man. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button, man. We on the road to 1K. Phillip, we ain't talked about it in a while, but gaining pretty quickly on Twitter, bro. We went from 150 to 200 in less than about 2 weeks. So gaining Twitter viewers, gaining YouTube viewers, and like I said, we don't have a podcast without y'all people, man. So we greatly appreciate it. Phillip, jumping right into it, man. Let's talk about some Dirty Birds, bro.
Let's do it, baby. Let's do it.
We'll start the show off hot today with the Atlanta Falcon inactives for Sunday. Just coming across the board before we got on the podcast, I was reading a little bit. Matt Collins, for the third week in a row, seems to be out with the ankle injury. Not looking too good for Matt Collins, missing a couple of weeks. Phillip, just your opinion on the whole situation with Matt Collins being out.
It does hurt to have what they call your second receiver, out for yet another game. It's been since, what was it, the Cardinals game?
One of those. It's been a little while.
Minnesota or Arizona. It was one of two, but something's gonna be definitely wrong for him to still be out. But in a way, you could look at it. He ain't done a whole lot here, but I mean, still, you probably could use him in this game against your number one rival. So I mean, you can see it either way, but it still stings a little bit. I hope Mac, gets better.
Facts. This is an opportunity for Van Jefferson to finally step out and shine in the light a little bit. It's been a little rough patch here for Van Jefferson since he's joined the Falcons. So definitely hope to see another receiver step up with, our boy Drake. London had to rep the number 5 tonight because I got a feeling, bro, he's going off Sunday against the Aints. Headed to the chat real quick, man. Our boy Dwayne Ruffin, always supporting the channel. So let's go, rise up, keep growing. Yes, sir. Dwayne, man, we appreciate everything you do for us, as a podcast, sharing us, buying merch. As soon as the hat dropped, Phillip, Dwayne's in the shop buying new merch.
Man.
So shout out to Dwayne, man, always repping. Shout out to LaMarcus Boyd as well, man, always supporting us on this end of merch, supply, whatever it may be, man. We greatly appreciate it. Roll call real quick, man. Shout out to Austin Lott in the chat, Tyler Adams, Stormy Sapp, and our boy Dwayne Ruffin in the chat. Stormy Sapp said, rise up. Let's beat the Aints. Rise up, mama. You already know we hate the Aints around here. Phillip, headed to the next subject, brother. We'll go ahead and jump on into it. I've already kind of announced it. But there is new merch in stock, and we're pretty excited about it over at DFU, man. Something we've been working on for quite a while. So if you haven't already, man, head over to Bonfire. Check us out. Got a short little video to give you a little ad what we got going on. As I said, and I'll say it again, man, we greatly appreciate anybody that's checked us out on Bonfire. Every proceed goes towards the channel, also for free giveaways, etc., to grow as a channel. If you haven't, man, already, please hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. Our girl Kiki in the chat, she said, "Hey family, what's good, Kiki? How you doing? Glad to see you tune in the chat. Leave us opinions, share the podcast, and let's get us on out to some more Falcon fans." EQRC in the chat said, "Hello, Falcon fans.
What's
What's
up,
good,
baby?
EQRC, man? A new, kind of newish follower here. EQ always showing us support, man. Tuning in on all the lives. So shout out to EQ, always in the chat. Much love, brother. Philip, with
Yes,
further ado,
sir.
man, let's go ahead and talk about it, man. Keys to beating the Aints."
Yes, welcome to Avis Avenue, baby. We gonna start off. We already in your city. You already know that. We in the home city this weekend. We gotta hold it down because we at war. We at war this weekend. But the 5 keys to beating the Aints this weekend. Number one, we gotta put together our long sustained positions.
Yes.
Every position long sustained. With also with some type of point. You got to either it's field goal or you touchdowns. You got to take the points. Don't be aggressive. You're coming to take the division. You want to start 3-0. We got to, whatever it is, take your points. I get it. Just take them. Starting up with second, we got to stop scam Jordan for putting any pressure.
Yep.
And to have a consistent pass game back there. We got to have a consistent pass. Desmond needs to be on his top tier. Don't
Yes.
care what you do, Des. Just do the thing, baby. Do it. Make me proud. I don't care how you do it, where, whatever. Just do it. Third, of course, we got to run the balls significantly.
Yes.
Whether it's Bijan, Tyler Algier, or CP himself, we got to move the ball in the run game perfectly. Not even got to say perfectly. Just move the ball. Get you a
Yeah.
couple 4 or
Just
5
be a
yards each
sustained
run.
offense. Drive the field.
Make it
Put
look
up
good.
points, man.
And then we have number 4. We have to apply the pressure on Derek Carr. Doesn't matter what it is. We have to apply pressure.
Got to get pressure.
And whether it doesn't matter if it's Big O. Big O's coming back. This is your
Yes,
time
sir.
to shine, baby. This is you
Yes, sir.
against your team that had
Yeah.
you first. Brian Nielsen, you are our defensive leader right now. You are our defensive coordinator. You got to do this thing. Give me some good setup coverages, whether it's backfield or whether you putting pressure. Do the job, baby. I know you want to beat them. So do we. And then lastly, we got to take the deep and short passing yards away from Derek Carr. As we know, you know, Michael Thomas, the crybaby, is not going to be there because he's set on IR, but they still have other star receivers that can go deep with it, as we've seen from previous last year, or they can go with the short pass, slant or in route, just certain things. We got
And
to stop it.
you're talking about Michael Thomas being out. They also have another star in Chris Olave.
Yes,
I
that's what
hate
I'm
to bring
saying.
any kind of good to
He's
the
a
Aints,
stud, though.
but they do have Chris Olave, and he is a very solid receiver. We've got to be keyed in on defensive coverage. I feel like our cornerback past few games haven't been shut down like we should be. We could talk about our boy Terrell. Couple games that he's got snubbed on a couple touchdowns from PIs that should have been called. Terrell and Akuta's got to come out there and be aggressive. None of this letting anybody body you around. We got, like you said, bro, we got to start off strong. We got to start off fast and take your points, Arthur Smith. If it's 4th and 1 and we're in field goal range, that field goal
You take your field goal.
There's a lot, man. There's a lot that we got to do. And just checking the chat out real quick. Lyric's mom in the chat, she said, punch Taysom Hill in the mouth. Philip, it just seems like every year we play these freaking Aints, Taysom Hill somehow gets a touchdown or a good stretch down the field run. that has got to be contained. And like you said, it starts with the pressure. You got to get pressure on Derek Carr, David Onyemata. We need you to show out, man. It's a homecoming game. You know what I mean? Punch him in the
Right.
mouth, get the ball, and fill those shoes of Grady that,
Let's
is no
take
longer
this.
there.
Let's start this second half of the season 1-0. This is a whole new record now.
You're
In
coming off the
our
bye
eyes.
week. You're coming off the bye week. Everybody's pretty fresh, other than Koo, a little banged up, but I did see that he will play Sunday, so that's not a worry
That's
anymore.
my dog.
Our boy Koo steady putting up 9 points a game for us. So shout out to Koo. Shout out to the chat, man. Chat's popping off. Lyric's mom said 27 needs to have a redemption game. Philip, your thoughts about that?
Definitely. I just had Vietnam flashback. My bad. Man, he killed me, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But
Hey, he's gotta bounce back this week. And if you anything he does, bro, I'm gonna be proud of him. I ain't gonna lie to you.
just as simple as I can keep it, man. My keys to beating the Aints, bro. I could look in the mirror of exactly what you said. It was 100% on point. Like you said, we got to have a strong run game, whether it be Algier or Bijan. Feed the rock to both of them. You got both of them for a reason. Hell, get CP started Sunday.
Don't overdo Bijan. We know what he can do. Everybody knows what he can do. He's Bijan.
Bijan's the truth, man.
Pass
He's
it
only a
out.
rookie.
Pass it out to Algier song. Even CP. As you can see, CP can still do this. as he tweeted on Twitter, he still do this. So I mean,
if you happen to be tuned in on Facebook, man, if you want your name displayed, head over to StreamYard.com/Facebook and give StreamYard approval to put your name up on the screen. Philip, real quick, man, there's not really much to talk about coming off of a bye week. Everybody's pretty, like we said, healthy. You want to come off strong. You want to win this game. Next thing, man, that I got to talk about is NFC South leaders, and you're going against them Sunday, and we've talked about it, Philip. Just what would this mean as a team to be able to get this win in home? We talked about it earlier. The Saints are 6 buses deep right now in the A, and that's just the early comers. So, Philip, what does this game entitle as an NFC South division?
This is a huge game. And in my opinion, it's a must-win game. I'm not gonna lie to you. In my eyes, you're already sitting at 4-6, but you can turn that around. So in a way, it's a must-win game. You're looking at you started off the season as first for a while, then you just slowed down. Now here it is, the Aints, the team that got beat by the Bucks. I think barely just did beat the Panthers, and now they're sitting at 5-5. We could easily make them 5-6, along with us going as 5-6, and also taking the top of the division in first.
Right. It's
real
quick, bro. I've got to go get my laptop charger. This thing is about to die. So real quick, man, we're gonna throw up a quick little ad. I'll be right back. And we back. Laptop was about to die. I had to run and do that real quick. But as you were saying, Philip, this game is a must-win. If you want to, still have that playoff chance, that playoff contention, with Tampa losing this past week, that right there opened the door even a little more for the Atlanta Falcons to still key in and get this division win to take first place.
Let's get back, baby. Let's get back right.
As you said, you come back and you win Sunday, you're 3-0 on the division. It's been quite a while since the Atlanta Falcons were 3-0 on the division. It's huge. Like you said, I would agree 100% this game is a must-win game, not only because, we've had a pretty rough patch, but to keep those playoff dreams alive, it starts Sunday. And to keep Arthur Smith at the helm of the Atlanta Falcons, I think it starts Sunday. Philip, if you lose Sunday, fans are talking, bro. Fans are talking, and they want a new quarterback, and they want a new head coach. Your thoughts about the whole situation, the quarterback controversy going around right now, the Arthur Smith situation going on right now. It sucks as a Falcon fan because, this was the season, bro. This was the year that we was going to get it back right. We was going to be above 500. And it's kind of just looking like another
Mm-hmm.
shitty season, and I hate to say that, but it kind of does. You got to win Sunday, and it starts with a division, one of your biggest rivals, the New Orleans Aints. And
Okay.
go ahead, go ahead.
Um, I don't really. I wouldn't dare say fire Arthur Smith, and I don't think we need a quarterback. I really don't. I in a way, I like the way Smith manages the games with his timeouts, his clock time. He's very good from what we've seen with Quinn and some others in the past. He's nailing it on. I just feel like he has too much on his plate right now as trying to call plays and also be a head coach.
Yeah,
Find you an offensive coordinator this offseason that can call your plays so you don't have too much. We've seen it with Dan Quinn. He called plays on the defense and tried to be a head coach. He just had too much going on. We have to find somebody that can do that job so you can do your main job as head coach and rely on somebody to call your plays for you to win us some games. But
100%.
and then on the quarterback issue, I don't really you've seen the same amount of progress out of both. It's neither of the quarterbacks right now. I just feel like it's the play calling. It's not going smooth as they want it to because we have seen plays good that have been called good, and it looks like a good football team, and that it's just the inconsistency on the plays. I feel like that's what's causing the quarterbacks to what they're doing.
EQRC in the chat, his keys to beat the Aints says run Algier and CP first half, beat up the D, then in second, run Bijan. The Aints D will be wore out. I could agree.
Damn,
We have yet to see the
boys gonna be tired.
yeah, we've yet to see the big. I mean, we've had big games from Bijan. He's broke over 100 yards. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not a Bijan hater, but we have, we haven't seen that breakout game to where Bijan is just eating the defense up on long runs. Just doing what he did in college, and I think it starts with that. You got to get the D war
Yeah,
out. They see Bijan in the backfield. They know what he's doing. They know he's going for a run. So
I
100%
agree with
EQ.
this. Yeah,
That's a solid statement there. I could agree with that. You got to get CP started. Somebody that you haven't really got active this season. So
right.
yeah, it'd be cool to see CP kind of go off against the Aints. He always seems to do it against the Aints. He did it with Matt Ryan and in Stinky
What is that
Town.
game, baby?
Yeah, so shout out to CP, man. Carlos Wiggins in the chat from Facebook said, "Bro, if they lose this game, I'm convinced they don't give a damn." Philip, your thoughts? Your thoughts about that?
Well, in a way, I mean, by the way Smith talks, it's just a repeat, like a broken record of what he's saying. So in a way, I can believe that. Like you could look at it that way, but I got hope. A little anxious, but I still believe in my boys. We're gonna go out there because it's war time, baby.
It
This
is
league is war.
100%. And like Kiki said, man, you feed Drake and Kyle. Offense came to life when Dez came in the Cardinals game. That's 100%.
Yeah,
His first read when he stepped out on that field was Drake London, and you didn't see much of that with Taylor that game. Or and Ritter was really starting to get on a stride with Kyle. I don't know if people can remember, but Kyle Pitts and Ritter was starting to get hot. They were starting to throw the ball pretty well. And
can I say something?
just to speak on the Ritter situation, it really wasn't bad play in the first half of the season. It was the turnover margin, and that was our issue. And then he took the concussion, of course, and then they set him on the bench. And Taylor kind of came in and ran things until Taylor was hurt. So I feel like coaches really put Dez in a bad situation. And like I said, again, it sucks to say that as a Falcon fan because you drafted the guy in the third round. This was supposed to be the year, but then you head into the season not knowing if you had a solid QB1. And as I said it again, we're not saying it's QB1's fault, but I feel like
Right.
Gibbs could call better plays. Um, if you look at the Cardinals game when Taylor Heineke went out, he had 55 yards. We weren't throwing the ball no more than 10 yards down the field. You don't
55.
win NFL games that way. And I don't know if it's a lack of trust in Arthur Smith or if he's really just playing to save his job. Kiki said, for the most part, our defense keeps Kamara intact. Facts.
Why are they even playing?
We've done pretty well. We've done pretty well against running backs in the NFL. I think we have yet to give up an NFL rushing touchdown from a running back. So that's a stat there to look at. And with Anamata coming back as well,
Big
that's another big, huge advantage to this game because we didn't have him, and it was a unexpected loss last game. So to have him back, a healthy Calais Campbell, our boys, what his name was, came from the Eagles, D lineman.
Street.
Yeah, Street. He's done pretty significant, I would say,
Dude,
for the role he's came in and took. He's done pretty well. So that's something to look at. By all means, the defense is terribly missing Grady Jarrett. But if we can overcome that void, I think our defense can get right back on the right track. Kiki said, I think he's trying to make Dez a pocket passer, and that's not who he is. Philip, we've talked about it off air, in our chats. We've talked about, how Dez played in college. He was a throw first quarterback, but he was also a will and deal guy. He could take off when he needed to. And something that somebody brought up to me in one of my other chats is, they missed the days when we had a quarterback that could option out of play calling. And that alone, with Ritter being so young, if you look at it, if you head into next season, Philip, and you finish this season off with Ritter, and you miss, just say we missed the playoffs, and you head on to the offseason with Ritter, is Ritter your quarterback heading into the next season on Arthur Smith's last contract year?
I see it.
The only reason why I bring that statement up is because, Smith's coaching for his job, right? Next year, if we don't make the playoffs, next year's your last chance, and they've already kind of talked about it. Does he bring in a veteran if you don't make the playoffs with Ritter at quarterback, or does he, like you said, does he ride with Ritter?
Possibly,
and that brings me.
I just feel like he has faith in Dez. That's just
that brings me to my next subject, which is rumors around the league. There's been Falcon reporters tagging Justin Fields to Atlanta. Another one, Ryan Tannehill to Atlanta. I've seen Kirk Cousins reports to Atlanta. If you head into the offseason, and you don't have above 500 season and you don't make the playoffs, sadly, I think you do go get a quarterback. And that's only because Arthur Smith's trying to coach for his job, and he's trying to continue to be. You don't go and draft a rookie. You don't go and draft a rookie because he's unproven. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't draft a rookie. And people's wanting us to take Michael Penix Jr. in the first round. Other quarterbacks, Caleb Williams in the first round. There's just teams out there that have, or reporters out there that's linking quarterbacks to the A. And it really sucks for Ritter because he's such a young quarterback, and he's just barely getting his feet wet. He's not even knee deep in the NFL yet. And I really think that they've kind of screwed Ritter in this whole situation because, as we've said, man, this was supposed to be the year.
And it still can be.
The facts. And, the bye week, I think, did him good. Sitting on the bench for a couple of weeks, he said himself, he reads the defense. He sees the field as a different view.
Can I
almost
just
as
say
a coaching point? Go ahead.
To me, he came in that Arizona game, like you said, he's seen everything different. He won us that game. He truly did. He came in and won us that game.
He did.
It was Arthur Smith's decision making that lost us that game. That's all it was. Desmond won us that game, and we all have to be straight up with that. Whether you like it or not.
You take a field goal, you win the game.
Right. You win that game. It's simple. He scored you a touchdown.
He's got to look off the coverage. He's staring down the receivers. Philip, your thoughts on that comment about Ritter staring down the receivers? Is that still an issue, or is that something you think he's worked on in this time off?
From the looks of it, when he came back in, yes, that has been an issue. That has definitely been an issue. But coming back in then this has just been a small half of a game. But he came in Arizona. He did search, scan the field a little bit more than what I've seen him. But I'm hoping and praying that's what he worked on, and I hope that's continues to be like that. Because if we see how he throws, a beautiful ball. You know what I mean? He could put it there. He can do it. It's just gotta not scan the field, just play smart. Just certain things.
And I also feel like to a certain extent, Philip, this is a game where you got to have the big plays. You got to have the explosion plays down the yard.
Definitely.
You got to have the big throws, and that's something we've got to be spot on with coming in Sunday to defend the Benz, man. We've got to defend it, and we got to put on. Like I said, the New Orleans Aints are already 6 buses deep in the A, and we cannot let that team come in here and take over our stadium, man. If you're gonna
Not
be in
again.
Atlanta, I need you to be loud.
Show out.
I personally will not be able to make it, and it breaks my heart that I won't be there to watch it. But please be rowdy in the A, man. Stop selling your seats and stop selling your tickets to fucking Ain't fans, man.
It is war, baby.
If you're a Falcon season ticket holder and you sold your ticket to a fucking Ain't,
you should be ashamed.
Throw your jersey in the damn fire because you ain't a Falcons fan. Super Can Tran in the chat said 2 keys to beating that Ain't or the Taints. 1, make sure Richie Grant doesn't go to Richie Grant things. 2, for the love of God, keep a player on Taysom Hill. Philip, facts that we all hit on. You got to be solid, man. This is the game. Like I said, this is the game that's going to win your fan base back. This is the game that's going to give people hope again. It's been a rough patch for quite a while now, and
let's take this record back.
Yeah, man, it's time to get back above 500 or at least break even with 500 because you're headed into week 12, Philip. Week 12's here, and the season's very short from here on out. So if you're going to make that playoff spot, you better go ahead and start now.
It's time to get in dog mode, baby.
I was chatting up with Kiki earlier today, and we was talking about how the success to this team is in Ritter's hands and Arthur Smith's hands. If those 2 guys do their job, we should be okay. And that's
definitely. And I hope it does, man. I hope we get in beast mode and just from here on out. What we could go easily 7-1 from like the second half of this.
Yeah, no doubt.
Either 7-1 or you could go undefeated the second half of this, or just lose 2.
At one point, you had the easiest record in the NFL, from what they were saying. You had the easiest schedule in the NFL. Alberto checking in said, "Fellas, how's it going? I don't even own anything gold and black together." Big facts.
Man, I don't even eat Popeyes. It's from Louisiana. I don't even eat that trash.
He said Taysom Hill is a one-trick pony. We have to win it. It's now 54-54 overall record with the Aints.
It's wartime.
You got to get it. I can't express it enough, man. We've got to do it, and it starts Sunday, man.
If we can't get this game, or at least show some fight, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed.
No doubt, because the Falcons have got us looking like this right now. And we've got to have a dub. Real quick, man, let me do a roll call. Shout out to Paul Sapp, Carlo Wiggins, Preston Sapp, Don Moore, Kawana Smith, Kiki, Alberto. Appreciate everybody tuning in, man. If you haven't already, please hit that like. And if you haven't, please head over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. To help us grow, man. And most definitely hit the like because it gets us further out in the algorithm to other Falcon fans and other fans that just love podcasts. So shout out to everybody, man, once again, that's tuned in and helped us grow to where we're at now, man. We wouldn't be here without y'all. Real quick, this will be the link. The Bonfire, like I said in the ad, all you got to do is go to bonfire.com, type in Dirty Fanatics United. It'll pull up the whole store. Make sure you capitalize the D and the F and the U for it to pop up. If not, it will not show. So, and once again, Philip, we are still in the free raffle, man. We've got, I think, 4 entries now to give away a free game day ticket or a jersey of your choice. So be sure to head over to Bonfire, man. Check us out. It sends me an email as soon as somebody purchases anything. And like I said, the money that's going towards that is the money that we buy the giveaway stuff with. So it's not like we're pocketing and making extra cash off you guys. It's all for a purpose, and it's to engage more Falcon fans.
Question for you, good sir.
Go ahead.
The 24th. Are you gonna be there? You gotta make it there with me, bro. You gotta make it there with me.
For the people watching, Philip's birthday is December 24th, and me, the Pops, and Philip will probably be in the A. watching the Dirty Birds take on the Colts. So if you're there, it can be like we can do a little greet and meet before the game. Be sure to get up with Dirty Fanatics United. Just chat it up, man. We'll talk some Falcon football, take pictures, post on social media, whatever y'all want to do, man. Like I said, we're just a bunch of Dirty Bird fans that love the Atlanta Falcons just as much as y'all do.
Got to get a
And,
dub on my birthday.
Got to have the dub for the Christmas present and the birthday present. So shout out to Pops, man. Pops is a diehard. That's where my love for the Atlanta Falcons started. So shout out to Pops and just growing this Dirty Bird to be who he is, man. Real quick, man, we're going to do our quick little shout outs and go on and get up out of here for the day. Philip, your shout outs. Real quick, man, before we do that, I know I've done played this video twice, but I'm trying to get this out there, man. It's really easy and it's really not that bad of prices. I know under the Christmas tree, I better have a hoodie and a red hat or my wife's out the door. Straight fire in the merch, man. Check us out. We greatly appreciate it, man. Philip, real quick before we get on out of here, bro, I got some vegetable soup in the crock pot waiting on my ass. So shout outs, brother. Who you got?
Everybody appreciate everybody in the comment section, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, whatever.
And Twitter. Don't forget Twitter.
Twitter too, yeah.
Or X as they call it.
It's Twitter. Shout out everybody on all platforms. Let's just say that. Shout out to the Dirty Birds. Can't get enough of my Dirty Birds. Shout out to the family. Thankful. Had a good little Thanksgiving. Shout out to the fans that's gonna be there this Sunday. It's wartime, baby. I want to hear you. I don't want to see a packed stadium with them stomping on my flag again. If I see that, I'm gonna have to whoop somebody's ass. That's just me.
Or jumping Falcon fans, man. If you see a Falcon fan getting jumped, at least
help your brother, man. Don't watch your brother get his ass whooped. No.
Like Philip said, man, shout out to everybody that's tuned in and hit the like, hit the share, or the comment. If you're watching this after the live, please leave a comment so me and Philip can come on there and talk to whoever it is. We want to support y'all just as y'all support us. Once again, man, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I know it's a day late, but happy Thanksgiving to everybody. It's a time to be thankful for your family, be thankful for God, keeping you on this green earth for another day. So shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Super Cantana, before I head out, said Desmond Ridder can be a legit quarterback with better play calling. Facts. EQRC in the chat said, nice merch. Check us out, brother. Be sure to check us out. If you do, I'll enter you into the raffle. And like I said, there's only 10 spots. And we've got 4 already. So be sure to check us out, man.
Be the number 5.
Yes, sir. To finish off, man, our shout outs. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's bought merch. That's our boy Dwayne, LaMarcus Boyd. And the reason why we have 4 is because they both have bought like 3 or 4 purchases. So their name's in there twice. So be sure to check them out. And also go ahead, Philip.
Wasn't it LaMarcus Boyd that was wearing our merch in Arizona?
I believe it was Dwayne Ruffin that was wearing our merch in the airport. So shout out to you, sir. It may have been LaMarcus Boyd. Yeah, either one of them.
It was one of the two. But we had word. We had word. It was one of y'all. So
real quick while I got the chance, I did not get to do it last week, man. But shout out to my little all-star team, man. We didn't go all the way this year, but we made it to district championship. And I must say, man, coaching has been a very nice experience for me, man. We placed in the 10U football district 2. We're 2023 Class C runner-up. So shout out to all them boys that came out there and played their hearts out.
Shout out to McIntosh.
Yeah, shout out to McIntosh. McIntosh got a real solid team over that way, even though you are a travel team, sir. But shout out to, like I said, coaching, man. Coaching is just something to always remember, man. You may forget the kids' names and all that, but like somebody told me, they won't never forget who you are and the impact that you had on them. So I can't wait to watch them boys in high school because that's our future Pirates. So shout out to them boys, and like I said, shout out to everybody, man. We greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all. Please hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. And as we always say, man, A-Town down.